Well, guys, we did it again. We have officially sold our Marshmallow mask for I think the 5th time. And now we're going to rebuild it. I'm going to calculate exactly how much money once again it'll cost. I ended up selling it for $80 million plus 8 big gifts, which currently go for about $350 to $400K. So probably around $82, $83 million I made off of it. Probably could have gotten a little more. Had an offer for 87, but I already made a deal with somebody, so I gave it to him for that. Either way, we are going to be opening up this mask container. They also added evil masks and sports masks to this. So it's going to be a little bit harder and cost a little bit more money, but we're going to know the exact amount very soon. So I hope you guys going to enjoy the video. And if you haven't joined the server before and want to, be sure to click the link down below in the description, click on start playing, select which server you want to play on, register an account, download the launcher. And if you need any further assistance, there's a quick video at the end to help you guys out. Now let's head on over to our storage house, pick a car that we're going to store all of these masks in, empty out our inventory, chuck up some Netflix, and it's time to just chill, sit here, open some containers, and I'm hoping to make roughly 30 to 40 million profit, because on average, you can expect to make at least 20%, I'd say. Minimum 20%. It depends how you do this. If you guys decide to build this mask, I'd highly recommend not purchasing masks from people at Beach Market, unless you find them for a really good deal. But in the end, the only masks that you will need are Shemaniac masks, extras 2, and Toothy masks, extras 2. I guarantee it. Those will be the last masks that you need in order to build this mask. You'll be able to build every other mask in the entire game except for that one. All right, we are chucking literally everything in our inventory into this car. We now have an empty inventory. The question is, can I find a car with nothing in the trunk? Mansory Cybertruck, 1 charger. Okay, well, we can just drop that on the floor. And there we go. We will store every single mask we get inside the back of this truck. So wish me luck. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'm recording this on December 30th of 2025. So we're going to have a Marshmallow mask in 2026. Yay. Anyways, I will see you guys in a little bit. And hopefully this does not cost that much money.
One eternity later.
Guys, we have finally done it. We have finished creating the Marshmallow mask. That is right. Finally, we've done it. Oh my goodness. Take a look at this trunk. By the way, we have 2,020 anime masks. Taking a look at the Marshmallow mask masks that we've gotten, you can see we have them all. You look down 1 row lower, you could see we're missing masks from all of these. That's because I did end up buying some Toothy masks and Shamanic masks. Shout out to Johnny for selling me a good chunk of those for right around 150k each, which was very blessed. Shout out to the Cushy family for selling me a few as well. But here's the thing, we spent a lot of money, even though I actually ended up buying over 33% of the Toothy masks and roughly around 25% of the Shamaniac masks that you need for the Marshmallow mask. We still spent more than I think I've ever spent before from just opening the crate and buying those specific masks. Now, if I were to just spam open the crate, we probably would have spent well over $110 million at the minimum. Because to get the last 4 Toothy masks, it took me $5 million. Or actually $4,800,000 roughly. But either way, let's build this damn mask because it's about damn time that we do this. All right, we got all the masks we need. Crafting items, masks, Marshmallow, create item. Here we go, baby. Finally, we have gotten our Marshmallow mask back. Let's go. Let's chuck this shit on right now. Boom. We are back, baby. That's right. That's right. And look at us all drippy. We got the Lucifer wings. We're looking fresh with the suit jacket. I may have to swap out the Tron pants, but the black LV's just... I'm going to need some nicer pants. Here's the other thing. Daft Punk mask. We also have enough to make that as well. So let's go ahead and do that. 100 of each of these masks. Now, I actually did already make a deal with somebody to sell them this mask. And I also have not told you guys exactly how much I spent to craft this mask. Or I guess these masks. But it was a lot. Daft Punk mask, craft item. Boom, there we go. Boom, we got it. Let's go. Sweet. Now, one more thing I need to say. So we're going to go outside, open a market stall, and just see how much each of these masks are worth. But before I do that, the market price for the masks that you need to craft the marshmallow mask along with any of the other masks are relatively cheap. If you were to just go out and buy every single mask, according to market prices, it would cost you just under $50 million. Which is insane. Toothy masks, extras 2, on average have sold for just under 200 grand. Now, when I bought my last few, I was paying 380,000 or 400,000. Now, even that, when you think about it, isn't too bad. 400,000, you buy 100, that's $40 million. You spend the same amount on the Shmaniac masks, another 40 mil. Now, I wouldn't recommend you just buy 100 of them straight up, because that's kind of dumb. Get some yourself, because on top of that, you'll get some of the other masks, which you obviously need. In total, the amount that I spent crafting this marshmallow mask, along with the Daft Punk mask and the other masks that I have in my trunk, is $81,746,000. Then again, I did buy some of the masks for well below market price. If I didn't do that, it would have been well over 110 mil, like I said. Just for the last few masks I needed, literally like 3 or 4, I spent nearly 5 mil just getting those. And I'm lucky because I found one untradeable version sitting in my trunk. But now, let's go ahead and take a look at what they're worth. Marshmallow mask is worth $70,944,000. That is the current market price for this mask, which is, in my opinion, pretty damn low. Then again, I'm never selling this mask. I am no longer going to rebuild it. Every mask I have in my trunk is up for grabs completely. I will sell it for whatever price anybody offers me. I don't want them anymore. I'm never selling this shit again. But still, 70 mil, that's pretty blessed. Even though we did spend 81 mil, we do still have a bunch of masks we could sell. Daft Punk mask, let's see. Put it up for this. There is actually no market price for the Daft Punk mask. Kind of shocked about that, but I have a current offer of about 9 million bucks. He was willing to pay 13, but since he blessed me with some masks to craft the marshmallow mask, I decided, you know what, I'll sell it to you for 9. Before we end things off, let's head into the trunk. Let us just take a few masks. We will take one of these masks. We will take one of these masks. We'll also take some other random masks. And let's take a Shmaniac mask from down here. One of these evil masks. There we go. All right, now let's head outside and just see how much these go for. Because here's the thing. Yeah, I spent nearly $82 million. I got a mask worth 70 mil. And the Daft Punk mask will most likely bring me back most of the money. But what about these other masks? They're obviously still worth some money. So this mask right here, average $19,000 each. I have more than 100 of these. So if I were to sell them even at half the price that it's going for, which is $10,000 each, that's $1 million right there. And I have more than that. And then again, that's also selling it at a lower price. We have this mask right here, selling for $29,000 each. We sell it at half price. That's $1.5 million for a set of 100 of those. We got this toothy mask right here. Wow, it's only selling for 7 grand. That's kind of crazy. But you know what? I'll take that. I believe we have right around 60 of those. It's about 420 grand. Fairly easy to make that just because those masks that are required to make one of those robot human masks or whatever don't really sell for too much. So it makes sense why they're so much cheaper. And we got this shamanic mask, which sells, wow, 1,400 bucks? That's actually kind of insane. What about this evil mask? 16,000 bucks. Okay, so it's pretty damn clear. Most of the masks you get are going to be garbage. Pretty much, if you decide to open up that mask crate like I did for a very long time, the only masks you want are type 2. And you also want type 1 evil masks and type 2 evil masks. You also want type 2 sports masks and type 1 sports masks. And you're just going to get a bunch of anime masks because it's super annoying and you will just constantly get them. I'm actually kind of curious how much these anime masks are worth. So let's take 192 of them and we are going to multiply that by 10. And that's exactly how much money all of those masks are worth. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to say at the most like 100K for 1,900 of those. Like there's no way they're worth any more than that, right? It's not possible. It's not possible. Average market price per one is 50. You're joking. No way. What? You're telling me that that's just, it's got to be a glitch. There's no way 192 anime masks are worth $9,800,000. There is no way on earth. What? No, that's a bug. Unless somebody, for some reason, decided to pay like 10 mil for 5 of them. That is mental. So in that sense, according to market prices, we have $90 million worth of anime masks, even though they're the most common thing from that mask container. Yeah, that's a bit strange. Makes absolutely no sense, but I guess it is what it is. Down to the main thing. I have been doing this for a fairly long time. It is very painful to sit here and open that damn container 40 times, put the masks I need inside the back of the trunk, drop the other ones, and do that over and over and over and over again. I guarantee you, I have crafted this mask the most out of anybody in the city, and I've probably opened that crate more than anybody in the entire city. So when I say right now is probably the worst time to do it, and going on in the future, it'll still be the worst time, I would not recommend it. Because the last time I made this mask, just as I was about to finish, they released an update where they added a few more masks to that container, which decreased the odds of you getting the ones that you needed. Therefore, it would make you spend a whole lot more money. So like I said, if I didn't buy a good chunk of the masks that I needed, I would have spent tens of millions of dollars more, which would have sucked. So, would I recommend building this mask? Hell no. If you're lucky, go to Beach Market, look around, see if you can find some of the masks that you need. Opening that crate is painful, and trust me, I spent the last 4 hours just trying to get the last 9 toothy masks that I needed. I ended up buying 4 of them from people in the city, and then I sat here and waited, and I finally got what I needed. But you know what? We're back. I got my marshmallow mask. We're chilling. I'm going to end up selling off all of the masks that I have in this trunk because I already have a buyer that's willing to buy them at 25% of market, which I am perfectly fine with because honestly, I don't need them. If you can flip them, go ahead. I don't have the time to do it, but we're back, baby. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Do not open the crate. Do not try to make this mask unless you're willing to spend well over $100 million to do so. And I will catch you guys in the next one.